reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your other host, Quincy.
How you doing over there, Q?
I am alive.
Same here, brother. Same here. Got anything special to drink?
I got a cup of coffee, normal stuff. A K-cup, Starbucks. I bought a big-ass thing a while back, so it's going to take me a while to get through these.
Hell yeah, brother. That's right, I'm drinking water. I had a bit of an accident recently, so I'm just staying a little clear of excess sugars. Got a lot to talk about today. Very interesting things to talk about today. But let's start with something a little funny and interesting. Something that you said to me, and I had to have you repeat it not once, but multiple times. Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3. You can download the demo right now on Steam, but I didn't quite understand the premise of it. And to be able to fight raptors or people or suits of armor or otherwise, fine, cool, but to make your whole premise around it and a Metroidvania, I don't know about all that. But it says it's going to be released later on this year, and the Demo Fest is going on right now on Steam again. So from now until March 3rd, there is a lot of demos. So go hop in, grab a couple of demos, and play some games that you might be interested in the near future. Quiet you. A next game that Quincy kind of told me about, and I was kind of stunned to hear more about it. Gameloft decided to pop up with Carmen Sandiego. And I gotta say, I really enjoy their scenery. Sure, it feels very AI driven from the standpoints instead of actually using real language placements. But, you know, when you begin to...
I hope that's not the case.
I hope that's not the case also. But even still, beautiful, beautiful landmarks. I really enjoy the actual filling in with people, being able to figure out the clues as you're breaking it down, who's on the dossiers, and of course she has a bunch of gadgets to do what she needs to do. I might actually buy this game.
I find the transition to making Carmen a good guy, or good girl, good person, now is interesting, because when I was growing up, she was a villain we were chasing down.
Yes, she was stealing all of the landmarks of the world. She managed to steal the Empire State Building and in the same swoop pick up the Statue of Liberty. And she said, "You could pick one, go and find the right one, and I will keep the other." And I was like, that's very interesting for a villain to be like, you can have one of these back. But now, yeah, I kind of concur. It's a bit odd, but having her as a detective kind of fits.
Yeah. I didn't watch the new show, though, so, you know, maybe they storied it well in the new show.
Killed it in an afternoon, and I gotta say, a lot of voice actors that I recall, very fun, very energetic of a show. I really liked it. Let me shrink that down. Let's talk about the Epic Games Store. Usually we talk about their freebies, but this one's a little bit more unique. Get the Epic Games Store for iPhone, iPad, and Android by scanning the QR code on the screen. It'll just take you to your area. However, it is unavailable for iPhone in the US. It is only available in the Europes. Don't know if that's...
the EU App Store. I don't know if that's true of the tablet. Oh, hey, my tablet isn't dead. Well, let's find out real quick.
The iPad one?
I walked across the room. I walked across the room real quick to plug it in, because I was going to be like, oh, you know what? I'll test this in a little bit. But, you know, we will test it right now, and we will see.
I was just about to say it's right here. iPad EU only.
Yeah. Oh, is it iPad EU only also?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's dumb.
That is dumb. I can get it, because when I get it, I will be able to get access to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 on the mobile, which I'm like, if I can play these games on a mobile, you know what? I actually found something to kind of fall asleep to. This shit's fun. I prefer.
Write my congressman a strongly worded letter over this.
I mean, I wonder who would be the one to complain to about it. I guess it would be Apple. Yeah, go yell at Apple.
Nobody. You're not offering me something you don't have to offer me.
Yeah, dickheads. But even still, go and grab your free copy of KOTOR 1 and 2. Fantastic games. Beautiful music. Someone in the chat said VPN time. If you can try, but your account is region locked, so that may be the hiccup.
On Apple, you just have to go into your Apple ID and change your region.
Oh, okay.
When you do that, it cancels all your subscriptions.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, because they can't bill you.
Oh, and
at
then
the proper
overseas.
rate if you're in a different. Yeah.
Oh god.
So that was what people thought was going to be the workaround for the TikTok ban, which ended up not working because TikTok shut themselves down rather than it actually being banned.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. If you do that on an Apple device, it will cancel your subscriptions. You may, in theory, be able to download the app, download the games, and then move back over. I don't know if you'll still be able to access the games once you move back over, though.
Because it's account bound, so hard to say. Maybe in the near future, but here's to hoping. I'm definitely gonna be grabbing this later on tonight, so I'm not gonna close out of this. Badoop. So remember last week I talked about the Capcom Arcade Classics and Fighters pack? Well, they said, screw you, we're running it for another 14 days. So if you recall what I talked about last week for $20, guess what? Still going right now, still helping out Children's Miracle Network hospitals, and is still a really great goddamn deal.
It would be absolutely hilarious to me if they actually sent you an email and said, screw you, we're running it longer.
I mean, that's fine. That's sure.
Print that and frame it.
I mean, I'll check my email in a minute, and if it actually said, go fuck yourself, we're running it again. Next up on the Humble Bundle, we have ourselves Dynamite, Army of Darkness. I didn't know Dynamite did this many Army of Darkness comics, but I'm here for it. $18 get you 24 comics, starting with Army of Darkness Ash in Space, Old School, From the Ashes, all the way down to a very nice looking cover of The Long Road Home. And a interesting...
I just watched an interview with Bruce Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing like a panel at a convention, and they're asking, when we'll see him as Ash again. He's like, you won't. Like, I've stopped doing Ash and whatnot, and it's because of you Evil Dead fans. And he's like, you guys do your thing, it's fine, but here's the thing that broke down as to why that show didn't get past 3 seasons. Because everyone kept waiting for the entire show to come out, sign up for the 30-day free trial of Stars, binged the whole thing, and then canceled their trial before the 30 days was up. Stars made no money, so they canceled the show. So, this being, the main way people were getting Evil Dead makes a lot of sense. Because, it's one of those things that for years they weren't doing Evil Dead projects because, they did a couple indie films and that was it. This is probably going to be the only way we see more of Ash at this point. This and, the occasional video game appearance.
Oh, yeah. I actually really like Evil Dead and all the reiterations that came after, Army of Darkness, etc., etc. However, I never really did much with the Reanimator. What can you tell me about
Reanimator, so it's H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, okay.
The story, the original H.P. Lovecraft story, is kind of just the bones of what the movie is. The movie took kind of the bones of that and made a non-racist movie. But basically it's about a college student that creates a serum that can revive the dead. Because these right here, what we're seeing with Reanimate, which, can you scroll down just a little bit? The couch is blocking them.
Gotcha. There you
go. With these right here, what we're seeing are based off the movie, not the book. So the movie Reanimator is a guy that goes through and creates a serum that can bring the dead back. He tests it after beheading his professor, and some wild, weird, very much not family friendly stuff goes down. Great movie. It's Combs playing the main character. and it's kind of a cult classic in the horror genre.
I might have to take a peek at it. Any idea where I can see it off the top of your head?
It pops around quite often. I'm pretty sure Joe Bob did it, so it's probably on Shudder. Um, but it's one of those ones. It's from the '80s. It kind of pops around. Right now, it says it's not streaming anywhere, so it just says you can rent it or purchase it. Um, but it should come around. Now they did like 2 or 3 like direct-to-video sequels.
Oh.
That I've never watched, but the first one's great. I mean, it's got Jeffrey Combs, it's got Barbara Crampton. Like it's good.
Oh, and one of the outlier ones that is a bit strange, but I'm willing to read it. Army of Darkness: Ash Saves Obama. I I assume this was political push for some odd reason. I'm not. Once again, not.
So there was just a run during the Obama presidency where a couple different comics just featured him. I mean, it wasn't like he was already president at that point. It wasn't like they were pushing to like get people to go vote for him. I don't think.
All right.
I do. He was already president at this point. It's just something that was going on, which you see. Plenty of comics, plenty of presidents in the past. But yeah, he popped up in that. He popped up in like a couple Marvel things. He just kind of was around.
I really like the art in some of these also. Dynamite knows how to find their artists really well. What I was just looking at on screen was The Army of Darkness 1979. And it has a really nice cover of the Statue of Liberty being covered up with Deadites wearing bell bottoms and discotheque hairstyles, while Ash is standing amongst the Liberty spikes with his classic chainsaw shotgun motif. I really like this cover. I need to find that comics to add to the collection.
I've read some of the random Evil Dead ones. Some of them are really good. Some are really questionable. They've got a Mad Max style one, which is pretty fun. One of my favorites is Army of Darkness versus Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness. That was pretty good.
Heard of that one, but I've not seen any of it, sadly.
It's definitely one of my more top Marvel Zombie ones. So it's fun.
$18 get you all 24 of these, and it helps out the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund. This helps out any readers, creators, librarians, retailers, publishers, and educators who face the threat of censorship. We monitor legislation and challenge laws that would limit the First Amendment. We create resources that promote understanding of comics and the rights our community is guaranteed. So it's just making sure that more Army of Darkness later on, as weird as it may or may not be later on. Badoop. Oh, let me go to that one too. Badoop. We love our Fallout in this here household, and to be able to play Fallout is also good. To play with friends is an idea. Sure, 76 has its bumps and bruises with me, but I am willing to go back if pulled into that direction. But what if we wanted to do a tabletop version? $18 gives you all 17 of these for something called Alchemy, a virtual tabletop that looks, I looked at a little bit of a trailer for it, that looks like it runs really well with the Fallout universe. And what this includes is, of course, the starter pack, so you can get started what you need, a few of the extra guidebooks and kits for settlers, wanderers, and the game masters, 6 really interesting adventures with the astounding and the awesome tales, and a few extra NPC packs in case you want to really fill up a dangerous area. It very recently added in the Fallout NPC pack, The Hollywood Heroes, from the live action show on Amazon. And then, of course, a couple extra...
I've seen this pop up on a few things a few times now, and it does seem pretty interesting. I am definitely interested in it.
And another cool thing is they, I believe with the NPC packs, they also give you the STL files in case you have a 3D printer. Don't quote me on this. I know that they have them available, but I don't know if they are available from the Alchemy packs. Don't quote me on that. But I do know that there is STL packs of Deathclaws out there that I was like, ooh, I just didn't want to pay the money at the time. But this is something very interesting, especially only for $18. This helps out Direct Relief. As the name implies, it is direct relief. It is getting healthcare professionals and organizations to places that need this most. I have seen a bunch of folk hitting up the LA area during the LA fires, and they are currently, I believe, taking food and supplies from Oregon down south to just to make sure water and toiletries are available. Doop. Indie Allies 2025. These are wondrous titles. They are very wild, zany, kind of out there, and I actually recommend about 80% of these. Enchanted, a game where you build up a magical inn while also fighting back the forces of evil. Illuminaria, a resource management game where you have robots doing your mining and all that for you, so you can kind of set it and forget it, but also build up something nice and defend. Princess Farmer, a interesting match style game where you are progressing through your match styles. Super Space Club, a lo-fi arcade shoot 'em up. And as weird as that sounds, like I need to kind of show off a little bit of the trailer here to kind of, it's asteroids, but chill. That's probably the best way I could really put it. It has a lot more enemy types.
It's like slower, like it's like a slower asteroids.
Yes, and then it adds a little bit more of variety with, I
A little
believe
bit of
it
spice
has
every now and then.
a little bit of spice, a little bit of roguelite elements, a little bit of tail spinning, warp drive, get you out of there, go to a new location, fight off the new things, etc., etc. Raptor Boyfriend. I think there might be a raptor in this. I'm not 100% about it. But there are other cryptids such as Bigfoot, Moth Girl, and I want to say there's one more, but I'm not 100%. I haven't really delved too deep into the Raptor Boyfriend saga, I guess. Aerial Knight Never Yield was a game that I wasn't really... I looked over at it and I was like, okay, that looks cool. That's a cool little thing. I didn't pay attention to it until I watched this trailer. It is Temple Run, but with explosions and much more parkourish motions. There's another game that plays like this, but I cannot recall what it's called. It has throwback levels. It's got 16-bit levels, things like that. Beautiful music from what I heard on this. So, Elemental Survivors. If you ever played Zombie Survivor or Vampire Survivors, this is very similar, but 16-bit. Music's fine. Skater Gator and Skater Gator 3D. You want to play as a gator on a skateboard? Now you can. He shreds super hard. I'm not used to the beat path of these types of games, but I know there's a lot of people out there who would really enjoy this.
I feel like I would suck at this. Oh my god.
Yeah, the 3D is Temple Run. I was okay at Temple Run. I never really gave a damn about it, though. Or, not Temple Run. What's the other one? Subway Surfers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Same concept.
Yeah. And then
I played the Spider-Man version of those.
Was it fun?
It was alright.
It was alright. And then
it's like all those things. You play it for a little bit, and then you get bored.
And then you get bored. The top, like, there are people on the leaderboards right now on Temple Run, or not, fucking Subway Surfers that are, like, astronomical time spent. And I'm like, you guys have fun with that, I guess. Use your ADHD powers. And then lastly, a weird one that I didn't really know how to explain it.
ADHD powers away.
Oh, God, I wish I could access them whenever I wanted to. On the
just press a button and you just hyperfixate on what you need to.
Yo, get things done. On the Peril of Parrots, this one's just a little tiny puzzle game. You take control of an AI that's fixing their code, so to speak, and you are just moving through painting the code. And if you have to make sure you paint all of them, do not overpaint or go back through them, etc., etc. And there's little special effect tiles that you can't go through until you find a key or use a key type stuff. Cool. It's a puzzler game. You can't beat it. $10 gets you a whole set. Helps out Experience Studios. Experience Studios is a black-led, Oakland-based 501c3 nonprofit that provides professional entrepreneurs in the video game industry opportunities to become successful and build self-sustaining businesses. It helps out the BIPOC, LGBTQ, and women in development, which means everyone is supported in this studio. But dupe. Speaking of careers, however, there's a name missing from this list of WB Games Studios. Care to take a guess at which one that one is, Q?
Let's see. We got one. Oop. Oh, I broke my desk. We got Rocksteady. Yeah, that one's important.
That one's very important. We like that one.
We got NetherRealm. That one's important.
We like that one too.
We got all the different, just Warner Brothers, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Boston, so on and so forth. We got TT. That's important.
Yep, Lego Games. We got Avalanche.
We got Avalanche. I don't remember that one.
The Wizards. The Harry Potter world. I cannot remember that name.
Oh, that fucking thing. Gotcha. You know what I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing, what is it? It begins with an M.
Monolith.
Yeah.
A bummer. A huge bummer.
That's what kind of hurts, man.
Yeah, they closed down the entire thing while they were in production of 2 projects, a Wonder Woman and a Next in Line. And then they just said, no, we're going to put that towards something else. And there were a lot of people saying that it was beautiful. And from the stills and screens that I had seen from a couple months back, I want to say October of last year, I saw this and I was like, that's really good looking. Like, it was just a simple light tech demo of a light going from bottom to top on a Wonder Woman bust as she's scowling toward a camera. I'm like, cool. That looks fine. You get an applause. But
she's scowling because secretly the cameraman's a guy.
I mean, that's fine. She has every right to hate guys, I guess.
I wasn't saying she did. I was just saying it would make sense.
It would make sense. But even still, they canceled it. They canceled everything about it. They even got rid of the entirety of that studio.
Locking what is the name of the engine? Nemesis? Locking Nemesis behind the fact that it's patented until 2036.
Yes. Monolith made an adversary engine, and it's a really good adversary engine. Yeah, you can keep the patent on it. I'll figure something a little bit better than that. Get the 2036?
Yep.
Okay.
Got another 11 years. Talk about squatter potential.
Yeah, y'all can keep it. Like, y'all ain't gonna, unless you use it on Batman with like the villains, that'd be kind of cool.
No, but they're doing Rocksteady. Rocksteady does Unreal, and it works great for that. So I don't know. I mean, maybe if they want to do something that wasn't Batman, if they want to do something that played more like the Shadow games, maybe.
I don't know. I'm a little butt mad at WB all in the same.
I mean, for multiple reasons at this point.
Yes. But dude, I have been playing a lot of Avowed, and I have a better position on them. So, I have spent roughly 42 hours playing this game. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. However, combat ain't fun. The story is fine. You have to kind of get shoved into it very quickly. So, Avowed is confirmed a sequel of Pillars of Eternity, and Pillars of Eternity 2, and Pillars of Eternity Deadfire. Cool, right? You're building a universe. If this is the first game you have played out of that entire quad saga, I guess it's not 4 is saga, right?
3 is a saga.
3 is a trilogy.
No, 3 is a trilogy. So I think it's anything over 3 is a saga.
Okay. Anything in
because if you think about it, the Infinity Saga, the Skywalker, way more than 4.
You are correct. But even still, Avowed, if you jump into this game, you are going to be thrust into a mentality you may not be prepared for. You start off, and this isn't spoilers, you get told at the very beginning of the game, you are God-touched. You are a spawn of a god. Don't know which god. Have no fucking idea. You're just born with extra periphery and abilities. Cool, right? That sounds cool on paper. A little Fable-ish, you know. Skip ahead 40 hours, and I am frustrated by all of the hypotheticals. My quote unquote god that I found out is my god that gave me the powers. How hypothetical questions can really badger the shit out of me. Like, if one of the first ones they ask you is, if a dog is stuck in a trap, what do you do? Like a painful trap. They are yowling in pain. What do you do? I'm like, set it free, heal it? You know? And they're like, well, it doesn't.
They gave you the goat test?
Kind of. But then, because this god is only used to nature. It is only used to understanding nature. It isn't understanding empathy that humans give, or human-like give. But then, a little bit later on, after the first question, I begin to kind of ignore that side. It comes every single, quote-unquote, long rest. Every time you take a sleep, they pop into your head and be like, so what's that about? And I'm like, there's bits of me that there's an answer down at the bottom that says, can you let me sleep for once? And I came real close to hitting that, but I'm like, I don't gain anything by doing that.
So what kind of, I'm confused as to what kind of game this is and make it better.
So it is an action style RPG. It is very fast. If you are up against a barbarian, they are in your face and you must act quickly. I have died many a times because it is very quick, very fluid. If you are not on combat, it is very strict. Sneaking around is a little difficult. Magic's fun. I do like the magic system. The gun system's fine also. You could shoot two guns at the same time. I'm like, yay. They're flintlocks. The reload takes forever. Fighting Earth, Kobold alike, and otherwise, you know, if you played Pillars of Eternity 2 or Deadfire, this would make a little more sense to you. Everything kind of flows into this because this is a place that is north of where Deadfire is. And the characters, fantastic. The gods, I couldn't give a fuck about. I just finished this blue guy here, Kai. I just finished up his side quest, and I was like, I empathize with him. He was a war-torn captain who lost his entire ship and crew, and upon coming back and doing some small stuff inside of a...
I thought we were going to keep the spoilers to a minimum here, buddy.
You're right. In short, before he runs into you, he does a lot of not so nice things, and he feels regretful. But they're not bad. And yeah, without spoiling too much, he does have a pretty good backstory. Every one of the four characters that coincide with you have really good backstories, or just they're characters, and I can really appreciate that. The game is beautiful. Fantastic landscapes. Cities, I love cities. I love going around and just kind of looking at locale. But damn, this is big. As I said, 40 hours, and I'm in area 3.
Okay, but what would make it better? Because you said you didn't like it. Like, you didn't like the fighting or something. Like, what does the game need to make you truly enjoy the game?
Combat is a little rough. Combat is a little chunky. If they kind of tweaked a few things here and there, made combat a little more accessible, it'd be fine. The god stuff, I don't know. If I could just figure out a way to explain the gods without kind of cramming it down. As I said, I understood it from Deadfire. I only played a little bit of Deadfire, but I understood it. If About is your first game in this series, it's tough. It's a lot. You are learning new languages. You are learning new gods. You are learning.
But I mean, that's the situation if you jump into any game for your first time, like any world for your first time. There's a lot to learn about a new game.
Kind of. See, with Oblivion, they'll give you small little excerpts about the gods in the area, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of fuck with that if I want to learn about them. Like Talos is the outlier god and is only to be believed in the southern areas of Elder Scroll, or the entirety of. I keep forgetting the area, but even still, the southern part of that world, and it formulates. Well, this one is. Everyone hates you because of where you come from. You are Iranian? Iranian? I cannot recall what the pronunciation of it is because, as I said, there's a lot of fucking words that you gotta learn. But I like it. I like Avowed. I give it a solid 7 out of 10. It is very fun. I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it, because if I had to pay for this, I would have been a little more disappointed. Hugo in chat asks, PC or PS5 as well. It's on both. It's a cross complex thing. It just was released on Game Pass, so if you have Game Pass, there you go. Socks in chat says Avowed feels and looks like Oblivion a little bit. So funny thing, a few of the people from that exact studio rolled over to Obsidian and helped make New Vegas, and then they just kind of stayed on and made Avowed. So they just kind of stuck around. It feels like Oblivion meets Outer Worlds. Because Outer Worlds had character, vibrancy, a little bit of charm to it, I guess you can put it. But yeah, 7 out of 10. It's fine. But doop. Another collaboration hits up Fortnite, and I might be spending some money. Cowboy Bebop. I like him. I like him a lot. The jukebox plays Tank. I'm hoping I can buy Tank as my lobby music. Spike Spiegel and Faye Valentine. I'm a little, I don't want to say mad, but a little that Spike's back bling is the bouquet of roses. A little real photo.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Without spoiling Cowboy Bebop, second to last episode.
You know how long it's been since I watched it. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a good memento, and also a traversal where he's on top of the swordfish getting a ride from it, and then on Faye's back bling you get the decoder like walkie-talkie that has Ed and Ein pop up on it every now and again. So
Nice.
It's a good collaboration. I'm definitely going to be probably purchasing these. Speaking of, remember how last week I said that T-Pain and a Pickle were getting beef? T-Pain dropped the diss track. with parental advisory sticker at the bottom. It
wasn't on my bingo card, but all right.
I mean, it wasn't on mine either, but I'm happy it released. Go and check out T-Pain on Twitter or X. He I think also has
Twitter. I'm not changing the name. Fuck that place.
That's fair. But I believe he also has it on his SoundCloud, so go and check it out on his SoundCloud in better condition. Oh, and as Sock says in chat, the only club you're gonna be in is a sandwich. I mean, he knows how to write lyrics. He's a very good lyricist. But Sock said in chat something about Fable. Well, bad news. Oh God, I'm blinded. Fable has been delayed to 2026. I was expecting it around August, but now 2026. Sure, fine, I guess. Not much we can really do or say. Microsoft's been kind of going up and down lately with their pushes of their games, because
I just find it interesting how quiet everything about this game has been recently after dropping those trailers, and then they just go quiet for so fucking long. Oh, it's delayed again.
Yeah. Sadly, they still have South of Midnight, Dark Ages, Outer Worlds 2, and hopefully we're hanging on to the November release date of Gears of War E-Day, the pre-rec to the Gears of War series. Cliff Blazetsky says we're on schedule for that, so I'm sure they'll be fine. I honestly will wait a little bit longer for Fable to come out if it means making it what the first one was, where you can go around kicking chickens, learning magic, and just fucking being a nuisance. I want to be a nuisance in a video game again. Please and thank you. Badoo. In a couple days, Monster Hunter is going to be popping out, and in the rumor mill, there's going to be some badges that are going to be really nice to collect. I don't know the exact price tag, but they're saying $40 for the premium steel/silver. And they have all of the weapons and a cute little palico in the same style. I'm hoping that they do the monsters as well, because I would like to get a pin of Anarga Kuga. But in 2 days, you may not hear from me for a little while.
As it slips further into madness.
Oh man, I am so mad. I was ill during the Monster Hunter beta. I was so frustrated because I was like, I really want to play this game, and I turned it on and I would fall asleep in my chair, and I would be so angry. But the music is what helped me get to sleep that day. So it's always fantastic to play a Monster Hunter game for the music, and I'm going to be very excited to do all of the hunts. They just recently sent out a tweet that said, "Oh, hey, also, thank you for all of your feedback. There is some major changes coming to some of your weapons, so go and check out the Monster Hunter blog and go and check out what changes have been made." Apparently, there's a new change in the clash system, so for the shield boys like myself, go and check that out. Badoo. I haven't played Helldivers 2 in a while, and I'm kind of frustrated that they keep getting really cool fucking collaborations. Titanfall 2 and Helldivers 2 are gonna collab with some really nice looking armors. And some really nice looking capes, and all of the really cool weapons that they've had. The Wingman, the Smart Pistol with the auto-aim headshot. Just make the game easy mode, I guess. The Mastiff, which is a fucked up shotgun, which I'm very curious on how that's going to hit in game. And then the Kraber, which is a high-speed sniper, which is probably going to be a drop-in weapon, I think, because that thing's big. There's also BT. You can get BT dropped in. You can set it to sentry mode or hop into it. I really want to drive BT in Helldivers. I want to see BT in this game. Thank you to Arrowhead Studios for at least looking over and seeing what could be collabed in. They brought in, of course, Killzone a couple months back, and that was really, really fun to just grab them and play one round in the armor. This definitely probably grabbed me back in.
I still can't play this game because Sony's a bunch of dickbags.
Yeah, they're still a bunch of dickbags. Actually, the thing I got you might be able to play it on low. But dude, all right. Before we get into the But Shoe news, the topic I want to talk about.
What?
The topic. AI AI advancements in video gaming, because now it's unavoidable.
Chat, is he breaking up like that on your end too, or is there something wrong with my end?
Uh-oh.
Because like every time you try to talk just now, it was just like sounds fine to me. Cool, it's my internet. Thank you.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna do a little bit of a clean real quick. Let's do that. So we are over here on Reddit, where an individual has had their account deleted because they made this huge list of where AI could be very possible to help out run specific games such as Starfield, Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed. Basically, have the AI run NPC stuff and only NPC stuff. Meanwhile, Oblivion NPC compilations where they learn, like, oh, you're the hero of Kavach type things. That's cool. But then further in, you're like, well, what about building a game? What about having a world state? That's kind of what we're leaning into already, with NVIDIA saying, hey, you can use our new 50 series GPU. And here, let me turn myself up a little bit. There, am I a little bit better now?
I mean, I'm still having connection issues, it seems, but I'm getting what you're saying. As long as it's not sounding like that to everyone else.
Copy Foxtrot. I'm getting 0 drop frames. I'm looking at my feed. Everything's looking fine.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Here, hold on, me properties. We're gonna change this then. We're going back to this. There, we're gonna go mono. And then I'm gonna change this over too, so hang on.
I mean, that so far seems to have fixed it.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All it took was the other side for me to do it. Interesting. Then I'll leave it on mono. I don't really care.
Oh, nope, it's messing up again. I don't think it's you, dude. I think it's something wrong with my connections.
Copy. Then I will just continue on.
My neighbor turned on their fucking computer or something, and now my internet's just gone to shit.
Bummer. But they are saying their new 50 series graphics cards are going to be a little bit more applicable and fill in the spaces between if you have a lower-ended CPU. So you can run Cyberpunk at 4K native with just basically the graphics card handling all of it. That's fine. That's as far as I'm willing to go with AI. But to build...
Okay, but how does that... What does that have to do with AI in gaming? Like, how does their graphics card have anything to do with AI?
So... when the CES popped through and they announced their 50 series and had all that in January, they basically said, we are filling in our graphics cards are having AI processors that are going to fill in the gaps that your CPU can't detect. Basically, from far distances, like a water tower, you know how they have like a railing around them? You wouldn't be able to see that on any graphic card. But with the 50 series, it'll fill in that line. It'll show that there are bars up there. And it'll fill in a little bit more of that detail of that steel.
I don't know. This raises way too many questions because I'm sitting here going, how is it deciding what I should be able to see in my game, what that looks like in my game?
It's learning.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that, and I don't like it just coming in and deciding, okay, I'm going to do shit to your game while you're playing it. I don't like it. Don't need it. A railing on a fucking water tower is not worth it. Deciding to change my gaming experience without my, I should be playing the game that's made, not the game that my computer decides I'm going to play.
That is fair, and that's where I also draw a line. Because, don't get me wrong, having AI in games is the standard normal. Having, enemies coming around a corner to attack me, throw grenades, that sort of thing. That's fine. But when it starts filling in gaps that I kind of don't really give a shit about, or building the world, because there's a few people, names won't be names, I'm not going to say anything about it, but they're wanting to use...
Let's just say he really likes salutes.
He wants to make a game in under 8 months using AI impressive technology. He says
he doesn't want to pay anyone.
Well, that's the other thing is they're being paid to basically write their early script. The AI is coming in the back end to clean it up. And I'm like... Yeah,
but they're getting paid a portion of what they would get paid to actually develop a game.
You are correct.
Like, there's no way you're going to be paying them. And then the game's still going to cost $80.
You are correct, because you're taking a 5-year project. If it's going to be as good as you're wanting it to be, it's going to be a 5-year project, and you're taking it down to 8 months, which means it's not even a year contract. You're not even contracting.
You also have to consider we're already in an oversaturation of games. You start turning out games every 8 fucking months, nothing's ever going to sell because nobody's ever going to play anything.
Unless, and the light has to shine upon something for it to be a fucking AAA, fantastic, game of the year style shit. But
right, so you build this AI, you punch in the script, it makes this AAA fantastic game of the year type of fucking game. Mm-hmm. Everyone starts playing it, and before a game's even a year old, you get 8 months into that game and you've done it again. People only have so much money.
I mean, to be fair, it's also the mentality of Madden every year, 2K every year, fucking...
Right, look at the ones of those that have completely fucking failed, too.
You're right.
Look at WWE.
WWE is they're asking people, they're asking fans, they're asking...
Right, but how many bad ones did they make that didn't sell worth shit before they fixed it?
2, but you're right. You are correct. And through that, the company at least did not kill off that side. They just said, we're going to remanage it. We're going to try something new next year. And
we ran into this problem with Assassin's Creed also. They were just pounding out too many games for way too long, and they had to back off and take more time between the games. And it's only slightly worked because the games are still not quite what people want. They're a little too fucking big. There's still some problems. Shadow's looking good, but then they've done some questionable ethical shit now. So there's that whole fucking thing.
that aside, they also have been using AI to build the maps. Very slightly from what I have to understand. It's basically, oh, I have this big kind of gap between this river and this mountain. What can you do? And I will kind of clean it up after. That's fine, I guess, because then it's like, oh, okay, that looks like an actual earth texture. I'm just gonna kind of sand it down or add a bench here, whatever. But it's boggling to me that you're wanting to build an entire engine, an entire state of play using nothing but AI. Humans can do the artwork and the modeling, but you have the AI doing all the rigging and carrying out the orders. It's gonna get weird. And then what is it gonna be? AI voice actors, or are you actually gonna hire the voice actors?
If you do that, I'm out.
Really?
Hire if they're doing AI voice actors and not paying people, I'm out. I'm not doing it.
I concur.
I'm already pretty much out on most of this, but yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, whoever you are, for putting out this kind of easy to understand the AI advancements in gaming, because some of them, they're fine. Like, as we've mentioned before, the Oblivion one where they learn that you have, saved a town and call you a hero. That's fine. But when it starts to get into so what'd you eat last Tuesday? Was it that canes you ordered? Mm-mm. I don't want to talk about what I've done elsewhere. Let me play my game.
I mean, you did have canes yesterday, though.
How do you know?
Your mom.
Oh. You scared me for a second there.
It scared you for a second.
I was just like, I don't think we've had a conversation between then and then. But yeah, hopefully.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is I sent you a TikTok I sent you a photo at 1 a.m. and you responded. And I went, "That's weird. Justin's never up at 1 a.m." And I moved on. Turns out your ass was at the hospital, and I should have asked what the fuck was going on. Why are you up?
Yeah. So I had a bit of a spill.
I read the writing on this fucking wall.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, it was talking to me about Balatro on Game Pass. Yeah, Balatro's on Game Pass. For those who have Game Pass, go and play that shit. That shit is fucking fun. You will lose a lot of time in that shit. But I digress. AI in games is fine. AI to build games is a bit weird. AI to completely build games, and I am holding up a finger right now, y'all can't see it. If they charge $20, if they charge $20 for an AI built game, would you be okay with that? If it looked good?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
Pay people to do their jobs. I don't know.
It's taking the middleman out of it. It's taking the creativity out of it, but making it digital. And I'm like, that's because I'm on the fence, but I'm leaning more toward your side, where it's like, nah, I want people to make things that are vibrant, beautiful. What Avowed was. I really like Avowed. It's just fuck if combat and also all of the awkward god story. But it's still
if I find out that the game is just completely generated by an AI bot that some billionaire paid people to make, and then he just went, okay, cool, bye everybody. Now I have this. It's just going to turn out games. I'm going to fucking plug a couple Twitter prompts into it of what people are saying they want from a new game, every 8 months. Print out a game, and I just continue to be a billionaire and collecting more and more money off of this and not actually employing anybody. And furthermore, I'm going to also charge the same price as all the competitors out there where people are actually working on these games. No. But even at the end of the day, if that's the case and it's a billionaire sitting there going, oh yeah, it's $10, buy my game, you little drones.
Yeah.
No, I'm out.
With that
fucking pay people.
With that, okay. If it wasn't that individual, would you be okay with it? A little bit better by it?
No. If it's any individual like that, no.
Okay. But let's say
pay people to do the work. Pay people to. Plus, it's going to be missing heart. It's going to. We've seen what happens with AR art and AI scripts and AI this, that, and the other. It's always missing a human element to it. And normally fingers.
normally fingers, or adding them. You are correct. Here's where I hold up another little slight finger. Todd Howard had talked about AI in games and how to create them using AI. And he says, as a little pet project, I have a small game that I may release, but I'm working on it personally. What if Todd Howard releases a AI-driven game that he made himself using just simple scripting and learning of an AI base and releases it for, we'll say 40, but it's using, the engine that is used right now. So it's...
First of all, the engine that is used right now is a shit-ass engine, and so that's
creative.
Already a bad way to fucking get me. I don't like that engine.
Okay. We'll say it's UE. We'll say it's Unreal.
Make it id Tech because they own that one also.
Oh yeah, make it id Tech. Okay, so we'll say he's using id Tech. He's learning. Okay. He's learning.
So
id Tech.
he takes an AI that he wrote the AI is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Like in this scenario, not that this actually happened. He writes an AI.
Yes.
Takes his AI and goes, here's id Tech. Here's the script for a game. Now build me a game. And he turns around and sells it for $20.
Sure.
You're asking how I feel about that.
Yes.
He has several offices full of employees who are trying to have a livelihood that he could have make the game so that they have jobs and he can just pay people.
They're on other projects. They're working on another project. They are being paid. They're happy. This is a pet project. This is something small. This is insignificant compared to the grand scheme of the other games that are being made.
It's absolutely not impacting the other people in any fashion at all. Then okay, I can get behind this idea a little bit.
Okay.
AI has its uses and places, but the concept of completely going through and negating artists and hard workers to save money as a billionaire or something along those lines will never be acceptable to me. People who it's all over like Amazon right now. You can go on Amazon into like the book section for children's books, and it straight up tells you that these books are AI generated. There's people out there who, they don't have the writing skills, they don't have the drawing skills, so they're punching in a few things into ChatGPT and letting it write and draw them a children's book and throwing it on Amazon and collecting money.
Yes.
No, hire a fucking illustrator for your book.
Yeah. Like Stephen King's new Hansel and Gretel one. He said, I'm not really good at drawing, so I'm going to get a really good artist. And I'm going to be frank, that art really looks good. It pops for that style. I don't know. I'm hoping that the next year in gaming sticks to how it's supposed to be, but the individual we're talking about, I don't see anything good coming from them. But I concur with you, Kyo. Shoe news. Quincy threw this at me last week after we wrapped, and it
was like right after we wrapped too. I was like, damn it.
Hey, I don't mind these. I fell in love with them immediately. They are Tom and Jerry Converse Chuck 70s and All-Stars. They have really nice looking illustrations of both Tom the cat and Jerry the mouse. These ones don't show off the cat-mouse combo very well because they chose the Converse.
They're kind of fun. Oh, yeah, the black ones. I thought we were just talking about the white ones. I kind of like the white ones. I just hate that they're white because they're just going to show all the dirt.
Yeah.
The black ones are classic Converse.
Yeah. And then
I really like these ones.
I like these ones too. And then these jaw-dropping off-white ones with Thomas literally dropping them jaws. I like these ones the most. I like this wild one. And then there we go. Now you can see the green Jerry mouse with the angry face.
Those ones are fun too, yeah.
But
sorry, my screen was still showing the ones before the angry face with the jaw drop and the bug eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, those are all pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. I like the white ones, but yeah, as Quincy and I always say, they'll show dirt so easily. All right, ready to be disappointed, Q?
I'm always disappointed. Let's go.
They are Crocs.
That's my secret cap.
They're NASCAR Crocs that are slightly camouflaged with flames on them. But do you want to know what that thing is there on the front?
A white person egg roll?
Close. Really close. It is a koozie for a drink that you can attach to the back of your shoe.
This is the most redneck thing to have rednecked in a while.
I don't know about all that, bud, but it sucks that they don't have the the actual drink holder and the koozie out and about, but you know,
there's gonna be somebody with a mullet,
going yeehaw,
really big sunglasses,
going yeehaw,
and a mustache, going yee motherfucking ha while wearing these
with a cold natty light in the fucking in the back of the shoe,
sitting way too close to his sister.
Also over on that, on the good old Crocs, Minecraft ones are going to be dropping on March the 4th. And I figured I'd get the jump on that and talk about, the Minecraft shoes are relatively still in season. Kids really like Minecraft, and having gibbets shaped like a creeper on top of it.
They also dropped another trailer for the movie.
I mean,
that was probably AI.
So funny thing, no. I remember reading a post from one of the artists on there, and he was like, "No, we."
Oh, I was talking about the script.
Oh, the script. Oh, the script probably. But these shoes.
Yeah, like that's one of the things too. Is like studios keep trying to do AI written scripts. Just pay writers, man. You already pay writers like shit. Like just pay writers.
Yeah, hire me. I can do it. I can actually do a really good job writing. But these ones are going to be going for $70 on March 4th. Same thing with the NASCAR ones. Also I didn't notice that zombie was on fire. I actually really like that. Ba-doop. So, X-Men 97 season 2 has been announced, ready for 2026. Bit of a bummer, but good to hear it. Now, for those who
they did have to get a new showrunner, so
that is correct. I was about to mention that. So new showrunner and a couple new voices, I think, but I'm not 100% on that second part. But I am very happy to see more X-Men 97. It's much more mature, much more filling. I was a big fan of it. I'm happy to see it. Oh, you hold on. We got Mr. Get the fuck out my chat. How do I? There we go. There we go. Cool. How do I click off of that? Oh, there we go. Cool. Anywho, but hopefully it's in the beginning of 2026. But I don't even know how far in production this is. Do you have any idea?
For this?
Yeah, for 7 seasons.
I'm assuming that it's bare bones. Because I don't know if they're even going to keep anything from the previous showrunner, if they're going to have to start over. I don't know what the writing room was doing. I know that they had always planned to do a second season, so the writing room might already have a bunch of stuff that they're bringing over, but I really don't know.
Also, hi everybody in chat.
Welcome.
Hopefully it's in the beginning of 2026, but I mean, we'll see. Ba-doop. So, Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins have been cast for the final season of The Boys, with Ackles playing Soldier Boy. I'm very interested to see these three on screen again in a different light. This might actually make me hop back into The Boys, because the show...
This news coming as Netflix announces that they're removing Supernatural in December.
Really?
Yeah, they're taking it off Netflix in December.
Bummer. But
it's probably just moving to a different streamer. Someone probably offered more money for it.
Probably. As Hugo says in chat, Soldier Boy, tell him. I'm very interested to see these three. I like Supernatural. I've only seen like a fistful of episodes. I should really dig into Supernatural.
It's a great show. I'm at a weird point in it right now. Kind of killing me.
Oh, yeah?
On finishing it. But yeah, it's just an odd. With some characters that I'm not the biggest fan of anyways.
That's fair. I still need to start off. Like, I haven't even seen anything from season 1, I think. But
season 1's great.
Yeah, I will probably pop into it, and I'm curious to see the chemistry between these three and who these two are going to be playing.
Yeah, I don't know who they're going to play. They've all got great chemistry together. That is one thing that you have to deal with watching Supernatural, is knowing that Misha will eventually show up, but he's not around for the first couple seasons.
Oh, yeah? Okay. So it's a later ordeal. Okay.
It's kind of like the show's good, But where's my Misha?
Yeah, it'll be there.
Season 1's amazing. It really is.
It'll be there soon. Gotcha. Also, this thing got a lot of fucking traction. 5.7 million views. Good work discussing film. But dupe. We have our first actual sneak peek at Devil May Cry with Dante doing some really good quips. Gets big thumbs up from me. I'm very happy to note that it looks good. I'm same animators that did the first Castlevania, not Nocturne. Nocturne's a different one. But I have no problem with this. This is gonna be. It doesn't give us a date, which is a bit of a bummer. Oh, April 3rd. Okay, cool. I knew it was April, didn't know the exact date. Now I do. But the animation looks clean and crispy. The gunfight looked really good. If you want to go and check it out, it's on Netflix Anime's YouTube channel. But dude, speaking of odd things that I wasn't really planning on, Upper Deck decided to pull their hand at a literal card game. And I'm going to be quite frank, I don't think this is it, Chief. I did a little bit of digging into it. And
I want to say the same thing I said when Lorcana was being announced. Why do you guys decide they, all these decades into the existence of Magic the Gathering and Pokemon, now is the time I'm going to try to take them on, He's like, wait, there, yeah, I generated two.
A little bit.
And look at the finger spacing on the one right there. It's just one of those things I sit there and go, why? Why are you gonna try to do this? Don't do this. Make something else. Come up with something original. Don't just try to take on the big dogs because it's. Lorcana got lucky. Lorcana fucking got lucky.
Lorcana did get lucky, and they're on their 6th expansion right now.
And that's mostly because they were working with an established IP of Disney.
Yeah, and that's a fantastic one. However, Upper Deck with these okay-looking art cards, I'm actually really impressed with the art of some of them, some of the spell cards. Having quote-unquote racial cards, because you have Mayan, you have Egyptian, you have Japanese, you have Greek, and I'm like, you have to build decks around them? I don't... It's fine, I get why, but they have this in better Proverb in Magic. Like, Kamikawa. Kamikawa is fucking fantastic. Doesn't call anything as it is, it's just, they are people. That's my issue with this, where it's like, why are we creating racial decks? You see? And then...
Well, I wouldn't call it a racial deck. I'd call it a...
historical deck?
No, that's not the term I'm trying to think of.
Japanese, Maya, Greek, Egyptian.
Yeah, it's not... Like, you wouldn't say the Assassin's Creed games are racial. They're
dumb.
No, we both know that you've liked several of them.
I like 2 in Brotherhood, and then everything after that has been kind of a slog to get through. But you are correct. I
can't think of the term I'm looking for, but racial isn't the one I'm looking for.
No.
But they're built around. Society isn't quite the term, but it's a little closer. But yeah, I don't know. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. I don't like that part's whatever. Like, showing, credence to these like different
gods,
beliefs and whatnot. That's fine.
It
just feels like such a weird thing to try to do. And it's like, you guys are, what? They've got the hockey contract. That's like their big thing, right?
I guess as good as mine. I haven't heard of Upper Deck since the Pokemon cards that they released. The fucking standardized ones that you get from the TV show. That was the last time I heard about Upper Deck.
Those were tops. Those weren't Upper Deck.
They weren't even Upper Deck. So I don't even like baseball. I think was the
last.
Yeah,
but they don't have the baseball contract anymore. They haven't had it for years. Tops has it. I'm pretty sure they have the NHL contract. I think that's what Upper Deck.
So my little battle plan for this was take the art that you have and begin to kind of push them toward Magic and get Magic cards printed of this. Because, as said,
but Magic probably, they already got secret layers and everything. They probably just don't want to work with. They have no need to work with anyone, I should say.
That you are correct. Plus, this says play up to 3v3 multiplayer. it's bad enough doing round robin where it's free for all 4 players in Magic the Gathering. That's a fun trip. Doing either 2v2s or round robin 4 person Magic the Gathering is fun as fuck. Doing 3v3, I feel like it's gonna make me hold the top of my head and go, I don't think so.
All right, I pulled up Upper Deck. You're never gonna guess what they have.
What they got?
They have Halo.
They have what? Halo?
Yeah, they're doing Halo. Yeah, hockey, like I said.
Okay.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the Chaos Chamber.
Huh.
Neopets
Oh, I did hear about that a while back.
and golf.
Golf.
Those are the big ones. Yeah, they have golf. They technically have football, but it's not the main football. They have wrestling, but I don't think they're the only one that has that contract. They're doing AEW, so yeah, they have that contract. Somebody else has WWE. Although WWE keeps bringing racists out every time they premiere a new fucking thing, so
Yeah.
they have soccer.
Okay. I thought that was just Panini, but okay.
So Panini, it looks like it is just Panini. So the soccer section, when you go to the soccer section on Upper Deck, you've got like a couple of a 14,000 freaking autograph poster, $74,000 autographed like handprint
Oh, fuck all that.
balls.
So in
Yeah.
short, no longer cards.
Yeah, that's under their memorabilia section. Under trading
Oh,
cards, yeah, we got
God.
hockey, we got Looney Tunes. Because they own Fleer. I forgot about that. They own Fleer. Yeah, they got Looney Tune cards.
Oh.
Blizzard trading cards for
Marvel Allegiance Secret Wars Upper Deck in Review. They had a Marvel contract.
yeah, they have a Blizzard contract. It looks like it's WoW and some other stuff. It looks like it's all WoW actually. Space Jam, the New Legacy, yeah, those came out a while back. AW, Overwatch.
Okay. So they're trying new things, bless
Yeah,
their heart.
they got the legendary marbles and they got those are going. Neopets, like I said. I don't know. Keepers of the Questar? These are their original games. Dungeon Draft, Dread Draw, Shark Island.
Yeah, I don't know any of those.
They make playmats.
I'll stick with Magic and learning about the new cards that are coming out with Aether Drift.
That is a beautiful Marvel card though, that Secret Wars one right there. But
Yeah.
those are just straight up
Trading
images
cards
from the comics.
Yeah. They're just trading cards. Oh, a nice Spider-Man one that you would probably really like.
The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but he's in the black suit. I do like that.
Load this, please. Oh, and then you get comic covers. Interesting. I like cards that are comic covers.
Yeah.
But dupe. Something that's exciting for me, Fire Force Season 3 is going to be coming out. Season 2 was a bit weird and was in a weird spot, but hooray. Season 3 for Fire Force. Hopefully it's a little bit better than Season 2. That's all I got to say about it. Apparently they're adding some new music to their opening and closing. So that's also something to look forward to. But dupe. And speaking of trailer, another trailer for Daredevil Born Again. This one was a little bit more intense, a little bit more loud, a lot of yelling. It is literally called the Intense teaser trailer. 40 seconds, I'd say, of beating down some thugs. Charlie Cox looks great. John Berthenol looks great. Deborah Ann Woll looks great. I didn't see Vincent in this, but I'm sure he looks great.
D'Onofrio was in it for like 2 seconds. He looks great.
He looked great. They all look great. They look fucking fantastic. March 4th, the first 2 episodes are going to be dropping. You bet your ass my ass is going to be glued to this chair watching.
Yeah, I think I need to get caught up because I don't know if how much it's gonna reference from the previous stuff, and I did not finish the previous stuff when Netflix announced they canceled it. I was fine. Netflix.
I mean, yeah, you'll definitely need to get Punisher square up if you haven't finished Punisher.
Yeah, I have to watch season 2 of Punisher, season 3 of Jessica, season 2 of Luke, season 2 of Iron Fist,
You don't need season 3 of Jessica. Trust me on that.
and season 3 of Daredevil.
Okay, season 3 of Daredevil is good, but season 3 of Jessica, or hell, anything of Jessica, it was very knuckle drag, man.
Season 1 was really good.
Season 1 was
I did not care for season 2.
fine. Season 2 was knuckle drag. Season 3 is even. I didn't even know they made a season 3. That's how bad it was.
I'm pretty sure they made a season 3 of Jessica.
I couldn't tell you. It boggled my mind that it existed beyond the second. What was it? Defenders for Hire?
It was just Defenders.
Just Defenders?
Heroes for Hire was one of the comic book things.
That's it. But the Defenders, fine. You know, they worked well
Yeah, it was
together.
fine. I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it sets up for season 3 of Daredevil, but I never said I don't watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica did have a season 3.
Ew.
It's 13 episodes.
Yeah. I watched up to episode 7 before I said, no, I'm alright. I don't need it. I didn't really care much for Jessica.
I still have to watch Echo. I still have to finish Secret Invasion. I've never dragged myself through the rest of that.
Echo is only like, what, 6 episodes long?
Yeah, it's a Disney Plus show.
Yeah, it's not too long. And then same thing with Secret Wars?
I know you don't do Secret Invasion. It's like 6 or 8. I know you don't do Star Wars, but you see they dropped the new trailer for Andor season 2.
No, I didn't.
It's a really good trailer.
I've been
like, I know you don't like Star Wars, just watch the trailer, and if it wasn't Star Wars, I think it would hype you a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Vision season 1 and 2. They're very, very colorful. I really like those. I like the vibrancy. I like the art. I love the music.
The start of Andor is a slow burn for season 1 because it's the show, because Andor is the show that's a prequel to Rogue One, because it's following the guy that's like the main guy in Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
So like the start of season 1 of Andor is a bit of a slow burn as it's getting everything set up, because it's like his first day is being part of the resistance, basically. The rebellion, basically. But then it starts to pick up. But the trailer for season 2 is like, holy shit.
I see. Okay. I will take a look at it. But I was watching bits and pieces of Mandalorian, believe it or not. I'm almost done with season 1, and I gotta say, it's good. I actually really like The Mandalorian. I can see why a lot of people reference it a lot. I can see why a lot of people really like its writing. How it's not slow, but it's very methodical. It's very, as in said with the fucking show, this is the way. Like, it's very understandable, very niche, but there was a fight within the Mandalorian's crew, and it immediately got squashed just by saying, "This is the way. This is the way. This is the way." Like, you guys arguing is not helping anything.
That and I have spoken.
I have spoken. Yeah, and like Grogu, cute little baby kid. Yeah.
So my debit card just expired. Like tomorrow is the last day of it.
Yeah.
And I had the BB-8 debit card from Chase. And they're still doing the Disney cards, but they like massively dropped. They only like offer like 6 designs now instead of like the 20 that they had before. So they auto changed my design for me. My design is Grogu. It's not nearly as detailed or as fun as the BB-8 one was, but yeah, it's a cute little Grogu card.
Oh, okay. Mine's gonna be, I think, beginning of next year, or no, end of this year. So I'll think of a new design aside from a very familiar internet cat, Thurston Waffles. Making a big old squeam face.
You're gonna have to like melt the numbers off that card so you can keep it.
Yeah, I'll scratch them. I'll scratch at least the numbers off. But yeah, I'm gonna keep
something.
Yeah.
Kill the magnet in it too.
But
hole punch the chip.
I mean, once it's already deactivated, once it's expired, it can't be used.
Right. Yeah.
That'll be fine.
My only fear is like, because mine expired, but the new number is the same. It just changes the expiration date and the security code.
Oh yeah, shit.
Because it's just my card expired, not that I've had to replace it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll throw it up against one of the what do they call them? The powders that just get rid of magnetism. Those exist, right?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, well.
I'm not even sure that I exist. I may just be a figment of your imagination, and I don't know it.
That answers a few things, actually. Anything else you got, Q?
Nah, that's it, bud.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you guys can. Remember to check the links down in the description for Zenny having a couple really good deals right now. Humble Bundle, which we've talked about earlier, they just started up their Capcom bundle once more. They said, fuck you, we're running it another 2 weeks. Remember to check out our Discord. I'm always chatting on there, yelling at other individuals. Remember to check out Quincy's Threads, my Blue Sky. I haven't posted anything on Blue Sky recently, but Twitter's been keeping my attention. I'll try and switch over in the near future.
I'm technically on there also. I just have not used it a single time.
That's fair.
It's the same handle on everything,
yes.
So you'll find.
Yeah, is it in the? Did I put it in the stream elements? Yes, I did.
I don't know, maybe
I did. And that is it. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, remember to please, for the love of God, love one another. It's getting a little harder to do, but please, it is free.
And if you are going to fight, do it with the minis you make on
Hero Forge.
What is our sponsor? Hero Forge.
Yeah, go.
Take out your aggression through D&D campaigns, not in real physical violence.
I used to do both. Night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.